the 4 worst fish for PCOS, and the 4 that restore inner peace. Are you tired of feeling like your body is a constant battlefield, a storm of symptoms you can't control? Are you weary from the internal noise, the inflammation, the exhaustion, and that pervasive sense of imbalance that polycystic ovary syndrome brings into your life? It feels like the very opposite of peace. It's a painful, confusing chaos, and you are told to just manage it. But the good news, the profound truth that echoes from ancient wisdom, is that peace is not found by fighting the storm, but by calming the internal waters. And what we choose to put into our bodies is the very first, most powerful step to finding that calm. In today's video, we are going to explore this ancient path. We will uncover the 4 fish that may be unknowingly deepening that internal chaos, feeding the fire of inflammation. And we will reveal the 4 sacred fish that, according to this wisdom, help restore inner peace and balance to your body. So stick around. Stay with me through this entire journey, because you do not want to miss these life-changing shifts in perspective, this path to finding harmony within yourself. Before we begin, I would love to feel your presence. Where are you joining me from today? Drop your city or your country in the comments below, so we can feel connected in this shared space. And if you too are on this path of healing and seeking answers, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. You won't want to miss the guidance we share here at Sacred Women's Health as we walk this path together. First, let's talk about why this concept of peace is so fundamental and how our food can either be an ally or an adversary in this profound journey. The struggle with PCOS is not just a list of symptoms in a medical chart. It is a deeply personal, often isolating experience of disharmony. It's the feeling of being at odds with your own body. In many ancient traditions, particularly Buddhist philosophy, the body is seen as a vessel, and health is a state of balance. Inflammation, which is at the very core of PCOS for so many women, is seen as a form of fire or internal suffering. It is the body's cry for help. Your hormones are delicate messengers, and in PCOS, these messengers are in a state of confusion, often due to insulin resistance and excess androgens. This confusion creates a low-grade, constant fire, a chronic inflammation that fuels every symptom, from the painful cycles to the frustrating weight gain, the skin issues, and the heavy fog in your mind. And I need you to hear this, truly hear this. It is not your fault. You did not cause this. You have been told to just lose weight or just take this pill, as if you were somehow failing. You are not failing. You are not broken. You are a woman whose body is trying to communicate in the only way it knows how, through these symptoms. You are not alone in this. Thousands, millions of women are walking this exact same path right now, feeling that same frustration, that same fatigue, that same heartbreaking feeling of being disconnected from their own reflection. We are here, in this space, to find what the monks call the middle way. This isn't a path of extreme, punishing restriction. It is a path of mindful, compassionate choices. We are going to learn to listen to the body's whispers before they become screams, and it begins by understanding what fuels the fire and what quenches it. Let us first turn our attention, with mindfulness and without judgment, to the foods that can act as disruptors. These are the adversaries on our path, the sources of hidden turbulence. The first one we must discuss is swordfish. It is often seen as a prized, strong fish, a luxury. But in the wisdom of mindfulness, we must always look deeper than the surface. Swordfish is a very large, very powerful, long-living predatory fish. Because of its long life and its place at the top of the food chain, it accumulates an immense and dangerous amount of mercury. Mercury is a potent neurotoxin. For a body already navigating the delicate hormonal dance of PCOS, mercury acts like loud, disruptive static. It shouts down the quiet, vital messages of your own hormones. It can interfere with your thyroid function, which is already a sensitive area for women with PCOS. It disrupts your entire endocrine system, creating more static, more confusion, more chaos. Can just a piece of fish, eaten only occasionally, truly cause that much trouble? When your system is already in a sensitive state, when it is already struggling for balance, the answer is unequivocally yes. Think of your body as a still, quiet pond. PCOS might be a few ripples disturbing the surface. Adding a heavy load of mercury is like throwing a large, jagged stone into the middle of that pond, disrupting everything from the surface to the depths. This isn't about creating fear. Fear is the opposite of peace. This is about cultivating awareness. In the Buddhist path, clear seeing or awareness is the very first step toward liberation. The practical application here is gentle avoidance. The peace of mind and body you gain from choosing a different path is worth far more than that one meal. But this hidden toxin isn't the only way a fish can disturb your inner balance. The next fish we must be mindful of brings a different kind of imbalance, one that is often and tragically mistaken for healthy. The second fish that can create this internal dissonance is tilefish, particularly tilefish caught in the Gulf of Mexico. Like swordfish, the primary concern here is an extremely high level of accumulated mercury. It is, in fact, one of the most contaminated fish you can consume. But this isn't just a repeat of the first point. It's about understanding a deeper principle. Ancient wisdom teaches us that we are not separate from our environment, and that we absorb the energy and the essence of what we consume. If a creature has lived its life in a polluted environment, it carries that pollution within it. Tilefish, sadly, is a prime example of this. This heavy metal load, this mercury, puts an immense and unnecessary stress on your liver. Your liver is one of your greatest allies. It is your body's primary organ of detoxification, the great filter. With PCOS, the liver is already working overtime, trying to process and filter the excess hormones that contribute to your symptoms. When you add a heavy mercury load, you are overburdening this vital organ. You are tying its hands. When the liver becomes sluggish and overburdened, it cannot effectively do its job, leading to a backlog of hormones, more inflammation, and a worsening of your PCOS symptom. But I've never even heard of tilefish. You might be thinking, is it really that common? It may not be in your weekly rotation, but it is sold in many markets, and it highlights a critical principle of mindful eating. The largest, longest living, and most predatory fish are almost always the most polluted. Understanding this one principle protects you from many other hidden dangers on the menu. The practice here is not one of fear, but one of gentle inquiry. The practice is to become curious. Ask where your food comes from. Become interested in its journey to your plate. This curiosity, this simple act of asking, "What is this? And where did it come from?" is a profound form of mindfulness in action. Before we continue, if this information is helping you see your choices and your body in a new light, if it's bringing you a little clarity, please take a quiet moment to press the like button. It truly helps this wisdom reach other women who are feeling lost and need to hear it. And please subscribe so you never miss the guidance we share here. The third fish that we must learn to identify as a source of chaos is king mackerel. Now, this is a very important point of discernment, because as you will soon see, mackerel is on both of our lists. This is a perfect, practical example of the middle way. The path of wisdom is not about black and white thinking, like all mackerel is bad or all mackerel is good. The path of wisdom is about seeing the subtle but crucial differences. The variety we are speaking of now is king mackerel. As its name implies, it is large, it is predatory, and, like the two before it, it is dangerously high in mercury. Consuming this fish is an extreme act in terms of mercury exposure, and Buddhist teachings always warn against the extremes. The extremes are where balance is lost. This heavy mercury exposure can directly contribute to the debilitating brain fog and profound fatigue that so many women with PCOS struggle with every single day. It feels like you're walking through mud, like your mind is wrapped in cotton. This is a poison, plain and simple, and it is exacerbating the very symptoms you are trying to heal. So how do I tell the difference, you ask? How do I navigate this? This is where your mindfulness becomes a practical, everyday tool. The good mackerel, the ally, which we will celebrate in a moment, is Atlantic mackerel. It is much smaller, lives a shorter life, and is therefore safe and incredibly beneficial. The bad mackerel, the disruptor, is king mackerel. If a label or a menu simply says mackerel and does not specify, the wisest, most peaceful choice is to abstain. The practice here is discernment. It is learning to see the subtle but life-changing differences. This isn't just about fish. This is a practice for your whole life. Learning to see the subtle differences in your own energy, in your own body's signals, in the choices you make every day. These first three fish have all been about a hidden toxin, an invader from the outside. But the fourth and final disruptor is different. It is about a modern problem, a man-made imbalance. And it is, heartbreakingly, one of the most popular and commonly recommended health fish in the world. This fourth fish, the one that so many believe is a healthy choice, but which can be feeding the inflammatory fire of PCOS, is most conventionally farmed tilapia. This is not about mercury. This is about inflammation itself. In Buddhist philosophy, inflammation is the fire of suffering. PCOS is, at its root, an inflammatory condition. Our sacred task, therefore, is to cool this fire, to soothe the body, not to feed the flames. The problem with most farmed tilapia is not the fish itself, but the way it is raised. It is fed a diet that is completely unnatural to it, a diet heavy in corn and soy. This unnatural diet changes the very essence of the fish. It changes its nutritional profile, and therefore changes what it does to your body. This diet makes the fish unnaturally high in omega-6 fatty acids and desperately low in the beneficial anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids. You see, our bodies need a balance of these two fats. Omega-6 south in excess are inflammatory. Omega-3s are anti-inflammatory. The modern diet is already drowning in an ocean of omega-6 south from processed foods and vegetable oils. When you eat this kind of tilapia, you are not getting the healing benefits you associate with fish. You are, in effect, pouring gasoline on the inflammatory fire of your PCOS. It can worsen acne. It can worsen pelvic pain. It can worsen insulin resistance and make weight management feel impossible. But isn't tilapia a healthy, low-fat option? Isn't that what we've been told? This is where modern marketing and a fear-based view of nutrition have led us astray. We have been taught to fear all fat, but the ancient wisdom and modern science agree. The type of fat is what matters above all else. A monk does not seek an empty bowl, but a balanced one. This fish, raised in this unnatural way, is fundamentally, energetically unbalanced. The practice here is seeking harmony and authenticity. If you must eat tilapia, you can seek out responsibly farmed sources that ensure a better, more natural diet. But it is often far wiser and simpler to just choose another path. Now that we have mindfully and with compassion identified the sources of dissonance, the path ahead becomes so much clearer. We have emptied the cup. We have cleared the space. Now we can begin to fill that cup with healing. We can fill it with peace. Let us now turn our hearts and minds to our sacred allies, the four fish that truly help restore inner peace. Our first and most powerful ally on this path, the fish that is truly a balm to the inflammatory fire, is wild-caught salmon. This fish is the embodiment of anti-inflammatory power. Wild salmon, particularly from clean waters like Alaska, is profoundly rich in omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. Think of these as cooling, soothing water. They flow through your entire body and quiet the flames of inflammation. For a body with PCOS, this is not just helpful. It is essential. These profound omega-3 south have been shown to directly improve your body's insulin sensitivity. This is the root. When your cells become more receptive to insulin, the entire hormonal cascade begins to shift back toward balance. These fats help to lower androgens, which can lead to clearer skin, less hair shedding, and more regular cycles. And they do something just as important. They feed your brain. They help to lift that cognitive fog, to ease the anxiety and depression that so often walk hand in hand with this condition. Eating wild salmon is a true act of profound compassion for your body. But wild salmon is so expensive. You may be thinking, does the wild part really make that much of a difference? The difference between wild and farmed salmon can be vast. Much like the tilapia, farmed salmon is often fed an unnatural diet, has a less favorable fat profile, and can contain colorants and other contaminants. But this is where the Buddhist middle way comes back to guide us. You do not need to eat a fresh, expensive fillet every single day to heal. The path to peace is found in consistency, not in perfection. Canned wild-caught salmon is a wonderfully affordable, shelf-stable, and equally potent option. The practice here is intention. Aim to include a serving of this healing fish 2 or 3 times a week. Add canned salmon to a salad for lunch. Make simple salmon cakes with almond flour. Or gently grill a fillet with lemon, dill, and a heart full of gratitude. As you eat it, do so with mindfulness. Acknowledge that with this single choice, you are actively, lovingly, cooling the fire. May I ask you something personal? As we sit here together, talking about this journey, how many times have you felt truly, deeply alone in this struggle? How many times have you felt completely misunderstood, trying to explain the invisible war happening inside your own body, feeling as if no one around you could ever truly comprehend the exhaustion, the frustration, and the grief? I know how deeply that hurts. I know that feeling of isolation. And I want you to know right now, in this moment, you are not alone in this fight. You are not. There is a whole community of women who understand. If you feel this, if you have ever felt this way, I invite you to leave a comment below simply saying, I understand this struggle. Write exactly those words. Your message, your single voice joining with others, might be the one thing that gives strength to another woman who is reading the comments right now, feeling hopeless and needing to know, more than anything, that she is not alone. Your words have power. We have spoken of our first great ally, the salmon, but our next one is just as potent, though it is often overlooked and misunderstood. It is the humble and truly sacred sardine. Please do not let their small size or simple packaging fool you. In the pursuit of inner peace, humility is one of the greatest strengths. Sardines are, from a place of wisdom, a near-perfect food for healing PCOS, because they are small and at the very bottom of the food chain, they eat only plankton. This means they contain virtually no mercury or other contaminants. They are clean. They are pure. But they are packed, absolutely brimming, with the same anti-inflammatory, fire-quenching omega-3 south as salmon. And they offer 2 other profound gifts that are crucial for women with PCOS: vitamin D and calcium. So many women with this condition are severely deficient in vitamin D, and this deficiency is directly linked to insulin resistance, mood disorders, and ovulatory dysfunction. Sardines, when you eat them with their tiny, soft, edible bones, provide both of these nutrients in their most natural, bioavailable form, just as nature intended. They are little, tinned bundles of complete hormonal harmony. But the taste, you're thinking, can I really learn to eat sardines? This is a very common barrier. But mindfulness teaches us to observe our aversion without judgment, to get curious about it. Often, this aversion comes from a single bad experience, or just a preconceived notion. The taste of high-quality sardines, packed in pure olive oil, is rich, savory, and not fishy at all. The practice here is openness. It is the willingness to try something new, or to try an old thing in a new way. Start small. Be gentle with yourself. Mash 1 or 2 sardines into a salad dressing with lemon juice, Dijon mustard, and garlic. Or chop them finely and mix them with a little avocado or olive oil to spread on a seed cracker. You don't have to eat them straight from the can to receive their medicine. You are learning to incorporate a powerful, healing food. Be patient and be open. This humble fish is a powerful teacher. And that was just our second ally. We have a large fish and a small fish. But the next ally is one we have met before, in its king form. Now, we will meet its peaceful, balanced, and truly healing counterpart. Our third profound ally for finding inner peace is Atlantic mackerel. This is the middle way in perfect action. We are not choosing the large, mercury-laden, inflammatory king mackerel. We are consciously and mindfully choosing the Atlantic mackerel. This variety is smaller. It lives a shorter life. It is incredibly sustainable, and it is safe. And it is a true powerhouse of healing. Like salmon, it is one of the most concentrated sources of omega-3 south on the entire planet. This is a fast track to cooling inflammation. Regular consumption of this beautiful, oily fish can help your body's cells, which have become numb, to hear the message of insulin again. This is the key. Improving insulin sensitivity is the key that unlocks so many other doors. A key that can lead to more regular cycles, clearer skin, and more stable energy. These healthy fats are also the literal building blocks of your hormones. You cannot create balanced hormones without these essential fats. Atlantic mackerel provides this pure, concentrated, healing energy in abundance. How is this different from canned tuna, which is so much easier to find? This is a critical point of discernment. It's a truly important difference. Most canned tuna, especially the white albacore, has significantly more mercury and far fewer of the healing omega-3 south. With conventional tuna, you are getting more of the risk and less of the reward. Atlantic mackerel, which is often found smoked in the refrigerated section or in cans, completely flips that equation. It is maximum benefit, maximum reward, and minimal risk. This is the very definition of a mindful, wise choice. The practice here is substitution. Smoked Atlantic mackerel is absolutely delicious, flaked over a large salad, or eaten with some sliced cucumber. The canned versions can be used exactly as you would use tuna to make a mackerel salad, but with a profoundly greater benefit to your body and your peace. Seek it out. This simple swap is an act of deep and loving self-care. If you're finding this helpful and are feeling a little more hopeful, a little more empowered, I would be so grateful if you tap that like button. It lets me know that this message is resonating, and it helps our community grow. These 3 allies are incredible, but the final one, our fourth, is perhaps the most humble of all, and the most potent symbol of finding strength in community. It is the one that is easiest to add to almost any meal, a silent, powerful guardian for your hormonal health. Our fourth and final fish for restoring inner peace, our last sacred ally, is the tiny but mighty anchovy. Like their cousins, the sardines, these tiny fish are a true gift from the sea. They live very short lives, they eat only plankton, and they exist in massive, sustainable schools. Their mercury content is practically non-existent. They are pure, they are clean. But their omega-3 content is extraordinary for their size. They are a potent, clean source of anti-inflammatory power. But the true wisdom of the anchovy, its true skillful means, lies in its utility. For many, anchovies are not just a fish you eat. They are a flavor you use. They can be your secret weapon. They have the ability to dissolve completely into your food, infusing it with a rich, complex, savory umami flavor, all while silently delivering a potent dose of EPA and DHA. They are the perfect example of a very small change making a huge, profound impact. This is a beautiful metaphor for healing. You do not need to fight your PCOS. You do not need to declare war on your body. You can gently, mindfully, and skillfully. Dissolve the roots of its inflammatory suffering, one small, delicious meal at a time. But anchovies are so salty, you might be thinking, isn't that bad for me? It's true that the anchovies cured in salt are by nature salty, but this is a perfect example of balance. You can buy anchovies packed in salt, which you simply rinse under water to remove the excess. Or you can buy anchovy paste in a tube, where you control the exact amount. A little, just a teaspoon, goes a very long way. The profound anti-inflammatory benefits so far outweigh the small amount of salt, which you are using to flavor a whole dish. It is once again about balance, not elimination. The practice here is skillful means. Learn to use this tool. Mince 1 or 2 anchovy fillets and add them to your tomato sauce as it simmers. Saute them with garlic and olive oil for a minute before you add your spinach or broccoli rabe. Whisk a small amount of anchovy paste into your vinaigrette. I promise you, the fishy taste disappears, and it just leaves behind this deep, savory, wonderful foundation. This is your silent ally, your secret weapon in the quiet, compassionate quest for peace. So we have walked this path together. We have looked with clear, compassionate eyes at the disruptors. We have learned to be mindful of the sources of internal chaos, the foods that fuel the fire like swordfish, tilefish, king mackerel, and conventionally farmed tilapia. And more importantly, we have opened our hearts to our allies. We have found the bearers of peace, the compassionate and powerful wild salmon, the humble and nourishing sardine, the balanced and wise Atlantic mackerel, and the secret skillful strength of the anchovy. If you have made it this far, if you have stayed with me through this entire journey, it means you are truly searching. You are searching for answers. You are searching for relief, for understanding, and above all, you are searching for hope. This channel, Sacred Women's Health, was created for exactly that reason. It was created to be a safe space, a guide to help you understand the quiet whispers of your body, to help you regain a sense of control and empowerment, and to find solutions that are gentle, compassionate, and truly, deeply work. You are not alone here. You are not. We are building a community, a sanctuary, where women just like you can find support, where you can find real information that makes a profound difference in your life. If this is the kind of guidance, the kind of community you have been looking for, I warmly invite you to subscribe now and be sure to turn on all notifications. Every single video we create is another step on the path toward a healthier, more balanced, and finally, more peaceful you.